Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. I wanted to do just a little coloring chat with you guys and just talk about some things. And of course, we have to do a Christmas picture in December. I recently did a flip through of this Christmas Patterns Color by Number book. It is by Prachi Dewan Sachdeva, and it is so cute. I love it. As usual, the color palette is on the back cover, along with some sample pictures from inside the book. I did do the first picture in here already because I couldn't wait. So if you want to see a complete flip through of this book, it is in my flip throughs playlist. So this is the one that I did. And I actually dated it with my stamp. I remembered. Okay, so I thought I'm not going to do the quote. I thought we would go to the next picture and color this one. So I am going to get a sheet of cardstock. I actually remembered. And I am going to be coloring this with my Copics. I do have the colors figured out for Sachdeva's Color by Number books for Copics, and while hers are not in the same order as his, they are pretty much the same colors. So I will be using that. Okay, let's see if we have some number ones. I will zoom you guys in. Let me put this over on this side. All right, any number ones? Yes, we do. Okay, so that is brown. I use E09 for that. Okay, so how is everybody doing? I hope you are doing well, that nobody is down and out with the COVID or anything else for that matter, whether it is physical or psychological. This time of year can be very, very stressful, and especially this year, so many of us, are not going to be able to see family and friends like we have in the past. So yeah, it's going to be a hard time of the year. And then for those of you who are typically by yourself on Christmas, have to get out your coloring, right? Watch some good Christmas movies. Who has watched a bunch of Christmas movies already? There's a ton of them out there. Whoops, there's one here also. You don't see brown in Christmas pictures too often, do you? Except for the typical, like, reindeer. Now, I am not guaranteeing when I'm going to be able to get this color and chat up. I have been having some major internet problems. And so I called Spectrum yet again, and he tested the line, and he said there is intermittent problems with the line. So it was one thing that couldn't be fixed remotely. So a Spectrum guy is coming tomorrow to look at it. So, because, yeah, my internet will be just fine and I get fantastic speed when it is up and running, but then it cuts out all the time. And then it'll come back on for a while. Then it cuts back out. Oh, it is so frustrating. So, seeing as how, you know, I record so many videos at once to release throughout the week, I am anticipating not being able to upload them all, because I'm sure the internet's going to cut out on me. But I am going to attempt to upload this one first, so that I can either have this color chat up tonight or tomorrow. I was not able to record yesterday. We were quite busy, and then we also switched cable again and went back to dish. So we had that technician out installing dish, and that took a number of hours. By the time that was all said and done, it was late afternoon, and I thought, I am not setting up everything and recording. I had to make supper in a little while, and yeah. And for some reason, I just don't like recording at night. It is getting late afternoon today, too, and that's why I have my lights on. So, yeah, when we tried to cut the cord, as they say, we initially went with, we bought a Fire TV, Amazon Fire TV, and I forgot what they call theirs, a big DVR system so that we could record. And then we went with Sling. I don't know if any of you have heard of that. Quite inexpensive per month, but we just did not care for it. There was no guide. You know, and when you're used to looking at what's on via a guide, it really is a bummer to not have it. Really cumbersome to find what you recorded on the DVR, and just kind of laggy, and yeah, we didn't care for it at all. So then, seeing as how we have Spectrum, everything else, internet, and I do have a landline yet because I do periodically fax, I thought, well, let's try Spectrum's TV. I heard, you know, a lot of good things about it. Any more ones? Don't see any. So do we have twos? Yes, we do. Okay, twos are red-brown. I use EO8. EO8 and EO9. So yeah, went ahead and got Spectrum TV. Had that for, gosh, I don't know how long. We had it in the other house, so I think we had it for, I don't know, maybe 5 months or so. And it just came to the point where it's like, ugh, this just is not working. And for the price you pay for that, because we had 2 receivers, and we wanted the DVR receivers. Oh, there's a 2 over here. So that, of course, we could record. So you pay quite a bit more for that versus your regular receiver. And again, it was a little laggy. Could possibly be due to my internet, because all of Spectrum is, you know, streaming over the internet. So it was a little slow to respond when we brought the guide up, and then to scroll through the guide, it will go slow sometimes, and then super fast sometimes. And what really was a pain in the butt is when you wanted to fast forward or rewind. Yeah, it would either go, really fast, and when you try to stop it, it wouldn't stop. Bob was getting really frustrated with it. So it was not hardly any cheaper than Dish. So one day I just said to him, I said, why don't we just go back to Dish? We liked Dish. We were just trying to cut corners. So, yeah, he agreed. So, yeah, we had Dish come and install that. They must be really busy because we had to wait, was it 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half, for them to come and install it. And here we had a dish, because we couldn't see a dish. We thought they were going to have to put a dish up on the roof, which means the install would have taken longer. But here, he walked around the house, and there was a dish on the back side of the house that we never knew about. And that's the north side of the house. Typically, they, at least in my other couple of houses, they always put the dish on the south side. So I just assumed that that would, be aimed more at their satellite. But, yeah, he said the south side one would work just fine. Just had to update it because it had the outdated eye or tuner or whatever they call it. Updated, put a new one of that in there, and yep, came in, installed, had to do a little bit of cabling in the basement, not much because we had coaxial in here already. So, but it still took a few hours, of course. So, yeah, but everything's up and running. We love it. Back to what we were initially used to. So, I think that's all of the 2s. Let's go on to 3. 3 is light brown, and I use YR27. Just in case anybody else uses Copics for these pictures. I'm just going to tell you what I use. Not that, everybody would use these same colors, but everybody's different. You see colors differently. So yeah, got that done yesterday. Got some more organizing and straightening out of the house done. Yes, there's still more. I have one more painting project to do, and that is the cabinets upstairs in the bathroom, because what's in there is absolutely horrid. Had to have been almost original with the house because it's so outdated. Had to have been the only thing that the people that owned this house prior to us didn't paint, because everything else was freshly painted. Looked, it all looks really nice. But that was not. And it's like old, it looks like wallpaper on there, and it's, I don't know what you would call it, either a jacquard print. It's not like a damask, that's what it's called, right? Print. But it is a print, and it's like a real, I don't know, like faded kind of gold color along with, I don't know, a greenish kind of color. It's just, yeah, it's gross looking. And Bob, of course, again, thinks I'm crazy. Nobody's going to really see it but me. And I said, exactly. I'm going to see it. He thinks it's silly to do any of that. It's not like anybody comes over. I said, no, I'm not doing it just for them. I said, I'm doing it for myself. I'm the one sitting here looking at the walls, because he thought it was silly to paint the living room too, but I did not like the blue walls with the brown. I just, yeah, wasn't for me. So painted the walls a pretty tan, and then got blinds a little bit darker than the walls. I didn't want to go too dark because the carpeting was a darker brown, which is nice because if the grandkids spill anything, you're not going to see it right away like you did on my other carpeting. Ugh. That other carpeting showed absolutely everything, and this one does not. I think I am going to steam clean all the carpets here anyhow, though, because I do see like some darker spots, but nothing that bad. Okay, I see this is all three also. Anybody have any plans for Christmas? What are you guys doing? How many are doing something different this year than other years? I imagine a lot of people are. I actually am having my kids over. I asked each of them if, they had any reservations, because I didn't want them to feel obligated to come if they felt uncomfortable. And no, they all said no. Especially now that, Bob had COVID. I did not, however, so it still can come in the house, but, as long as nobody has symptoms around Christmas time. Heather will be out of quarantine long before Christmas. I think her last day with the kids is the 16th, so she's going back to work on the 17th. So that's when I'll start babysitting again. So I have about a week and a half to do the rest of the things I want to do in the house. Some of it Bob's going to have to do. Some of it is both of us. Like get the big rug back in the living room. I took it up because it kept shifting. It doesn't stay put like it did in the other house. And it must be because that carpeting was Berber. And this carpeting is like a short shag carpeting. And so, yeah, it would shift around and kind of bunch up a little bit. And I was always afraid that little Levi, or even Maddie, or even us, would trip over it. So, took it all up, wound it the opposite way because the edges were still a little curled from when it was wound up and delivered. So we rolled it up the opposite way, and it's been sitting like that ever since. And then I bought a, gosh, what do you call them? Stay put mat, if you want to call it that. And you lay that down first, and then you put the rug over the top of it, and it's supposed to keep it in place. Just like, you know, a lot of people put under their throw rugs to keep them in place. You can buy these big mats for either hardwood floor or carpeting. And I accidentally bought the first one for hardwood floor. So had to return that to Amazon. And now I bought this one because that rug is a big 8x10. It's humongo. I guess, I don't know what I was thinking. When I ordered that, I thought my other rug that I had in the other house was an 8x10, but it obviously was not. Because, yeah, and especially with having a small living room now, oh my God. That rug takes up, I think, 3/4 of the living room. But it will protect the carpeting. Even though the carpeting is dark, you never know. If something would get spilled, or who knows, that would really stain it. This way it will be on the rug, which won't necessarily look good either, but much easier to replace a rug than carpeting, right? Because it is brown, well, tan, but it does have kind of some cream color in it too. But it's very pretty. And I like the look of it in the living room. So yeah, Bob and I that'll be a project, because we'll have to push the couch back. And I told him I want the edges of it under the legs of the furniture. So be nice to get it under the couch and then under the chairs too. And this furniture is so heavy. Oh my gosh. The couch has recliners on each end. So there's a lot of metal, a lot of steel in that couch. And oh my gosh, that thing is heavy. It took a few guys to get that thing in the house when we moved. Oh, so yeah, it's really heavy to move too. So we'll see how that goes. We've been kind of putting it off for a few weeks. Number 4. Oh my gosh. I was looking at this list for Sachins, and I wasn't looking at the palette over here. Number 3 was supposed to be red. Oh, that would have looked so much better. Well, it's brown now. Oh, well. Too late now. What a bummer. Okay, let's do it the right way now. Number 4 is orange. YR07. Darn. Yeah, that red would have looked really nice. Okay, number 4. Here we have some. And this feels a little dry. I think we're going to have to pick a different orange. Leave this one out to refill. I don't have my Copics color chart here. Let's see what this one looks like. Oh, that's kind of dark. What does YR04 look like? Sure, this is going to be brighter than that one. That's okay. We'll use this. That little part will be darker. Well, this picture's not working out well, is it? But yeah, I would have never made it through all the fours with that one. Surprised I didn't take it out last time when I used it if it was getting dry. And I just refilled some this morning. And believe it or not, I did not have a refill for one. All the ones that I use more, like this one was a blue B18, and I do use that one. So I thought I would have had a refill, but it's not in a container where I have all my refills. So I don't know. Now I'm shocked that these stars are not yellow. Orange stars. Yellow is number 5, so it will be coming up, but okay, and these are orange. Yeah, that would have looked so much better with red, because right here should have been red. Boy, this orange, oh no, it's lightening up. See, that's the one thing about having the black on the reverse side. When you first color, it looks so much darker, but look how it's lightening up. So, yeah, not near as dark as what you think. I know some people you get, if you're doing like a portrait picture, a face, or, you know, the skin looks so dark in the beginning. And you're like, oh my gosh, what did I do? But it does, it lightens up. I hope to still make a couple of videos after supper. It's almost supper time, so Tommy's talking to me. And it's saying, feed me. Bob was hungry for chili again, so he loves chili. I'm not a huge chili person, but I make it for him. Between chili and hamburgers. I think that's his favorite 2 meals. Okay, almost done with the boards. And of course, we're not going to get this picture done. I'll have to finish it off camera. I know a lot of people don't like that, but I don't finish mine by speed coloring. I know some people do that, but I typically don't have the time to color the whole thing at once because I do record so many videos. So even if I sped it up for you guys, it doesn't make it any faster for me to color it. I can't color that fast. YR, okay, that goes in there, and then next is yellow, Y08. All right. Okay, I am using new lighting in this room. So let me know what you think of it. If it's too bright, there's filters, there's colored filters I can put on them. Because I have one up here, and then I have one over here so that there's no shadowing as I'm coloring. But it's just bright white right now. And there is let's see, a yellow filter, I think a green filter, and a red. And I tried them when I set this up, and I don't know, it just, with the filters on those colors, it just really seemed to, And I thought with the filters on, the colors wouldn't come through real accurate when I'm recording. So, but yeah, let me know what you think of this new lighting, because this is going to be just much easier. Okay, yeah. Yesterday I was having tons of problems doing everything, and naturally I had to have recording problems too. So you may have noticed all of a sudden I have a lot more colored in. Oh boy. As I was going and I was putting this color and chat in my editor, yeah, the whole rest of the video had no sound. So I don't know if it's because my mic ran low on power or what. Didn't charge it up enough, I guess. I'm assuming that's what went wrong. So I was going to start a whole new colored chat, and I thought no, because the whole front part of this video was fine. So I'm just going to continue on and keep coloring this picture. Not real sure what I all talked about. So if I repeat anything that I mentioned in the first part of this video, I apologize. But we're going to keep going. So I think because I don't have as much to color in now, we'll go ahead and go back to the 5. We'll color in this yellow. So yellow again is Y08. And hopefully nothing will happen to this part of the video. Oh, I tell you. Let's zoom back in. Oh my gosh. And then as I was editing videos last night, the editing was the only part of the videos that I could do. So I could not create my thumbnails, could not get links, could not upload because, yes, my internet was out. Oh, I think I was, when I left off, I was talking about the lights and asking for your input on what you thought of them. If everything looked okay to you. Because I can see what it looks like on my end, but I'm not sure how it looks on your end. So yeah, I would appreciate your feedback. Not sure yet if we will get this picture done. If we don't, we should at least get close. Because I see they do have you coloring in the whole background in here. Number 15, that's gray, so the background is all gray. So even if we don't get the entire thing done, I should get pretty much everything done besides maybe the background. And then Spectrum did come today. He did find the problem. Something about the cable that was installed did not work with their Spectrum equipment. It was not one of their cables. So I don't know if I put it in and it wasn't one of their cables. But yeah, he says it was the cabling, and that's why I was getting so much intermittent service. So hopefully that was the problem. I guess I will find out when I go to, edit all these videos and get all the links and try to upload. Fingers crossed. Gotta get some videos out for you guys. I did get a few recorded yesterday, but couldn't get them up on the channel. So I will do my darndest to get this color and chat up. Because it's already Monday, and I like to have my color and chats up on Saturdays. Sundays at the latest. So, yeah, fingers crossed it'll all work. Hopefully today will be a better day than yesterday. Oy, oy, oy. You ever have days like that? Where just nothing seems to go right. And it's like, oh, I should just go back to bed. And start over fresh tomorrow. It's gotta be a better day. But then I always try to tell myself that, you know, no matter how bad my day is going, I am still blessed because there are so many people out there whose days are much worse than mine. So I gotta remind myself of that. Just like when you think your life is not going very well and it's just, you know, nothing but problems. There are so many people that have life so much worse than me. So we always have to count our blessings, as they say, and that's very true. You know, even health-wise, I thank heavens don't have a lot of health problems. Yes, I have depression and some anxiety and, you know, things like that. But I know so many people are so much worse than me, and then also have the physical difficulties on top of it. So I don't have many physical problems, thank heavens. Just mainly my low back. And then, you know, the typical aches and pains of getting old. The knees and the hips. Well, my left hip, because I have bursitis in my left hip. So that at times gives me problems, but not that bad. And then, I don't know if I told you guys, but I have a suspected hernia now. What next? Let's see. Okay, so we went back to 5. What number were we on? Well, let's just see what number is next. Because I know we did, okay, yellow, we did the dark green, we did green. Did I finish all the light greens? Number 8. Yeah, I think I did. And then we did blue and light blue. So we must be on number 11, which is purple. Dun, da, da, da. V17. I think I'm going to leave that Y08 out because that could use some refilling too. Okay, number 11. But yeah, with all the moving, lifting, all that stuff, yeah. A lot of times it doesn't bother me, and then other days, ooh, very, very painful. So I know I should go have it checked out, but I figure they won't do anything about it right now anyhow, and I don't think it's bad enough to have anything done about it anyhow. So we'll just hold off on that. Who likes to go to the doctor anyhow, and especially right now. Yeah. It's one of those things a person just puts off, right? Don't like going to the doctor. Really has to be something serious for me to go. And Bob, he just is not recovering well. I don't know, he took this week off again. He just gets so out of breath. He gets tired so easy. He just has no get up and go at all. He usually is, not a procrastinator at all. He is like, well, get it done, get it over with. And there are projects to do around the house, and he figured too, if he took this week off, then he could get all that done. But yeah, he just doesn't feel like doing anything. He wants to get the other set of blinds up in the living room, and he'll get a little bit done, and then he'll sit down and watch TV for a bit. And yeah, so I am hoping, I think that's all the 11s, right? I am hoping that he really starts getting better, because, yeah, this has really been hanging on for a long time. Okay, lavender, BV01. Yeah, it just seems to be hanging on and hanging on. Not good. The rest of it, all feels okay. It's just the tiredness, the out of breath, his chest or lungs hurt, he said. Now, some of that may be due to the stent. If you're new to my channel, Bob had esophageal cancer a couple years ago and had to have his esophagus removed and stomach pulled up to make a new esophagus. Don't ask me how they do that. But he's had problems ever since because that new esophagus keeps closing up on him, so he has to have a stent in there to keep it open. And yeah, he's had nothing but problems. So I think some of what's going on right now, some of it may be due to that stent, because he had a new one put in. Must be maybe a month and a half before he, well, a couple months maybe, before he came down with the COVID. And so, yeah, I think some of the problems may be due to that, too. So he kind of has a double whammy. I don't know. That poor guy. And he has such a cough yet, which that part may be due to the COVID. Because before COVID, he really didn't have that much of a problem. He did have a cough here and there, and again, I think it's because of that stent that's in there. But even drinking water sometimes will make him cough. And oh boy, does he hate that. Every single time he coughs, he'll say, damn cough. So whenever he coughs, I know what's coming. But yeah, especially if he drinks like a soda, a diet soda or something, or he drinks Gatorade, and he said he can't drink the 0-calorie Gatorade because that really sets him off, I guess. So I got him some regular full calorie without artificial sweetener in there, because he figured that's what was doing it. And I said, well, you drink the sun drop, the diet sun drop with the artificial sweetener, and sometimes it bothers him, sometimes it doesn't. So I don't know. And then he drinks Boost. His doctor wants him to drink more of that to keep getting more protein in them. 13 is pink, RV13. So yeah, he drinks quite a bit of Boost. That I don't, from what I can tell, I don't think that really gives him much of a problem. So I don't know. I just wish he would start feeling better. I feel helpless because there's not really much I can do for him other than, you know, get him things if he needs it, or so yeah, I feel kind of helpless. And of course, we don't like it when our significant others aren't feeling well. And then he's always concerned about me when I'm not feeling well, and I'm like, well, let's worry about you. Because thank heavens I did not come down with that COVID. Especially if he is still feeling rough. Now, I think I mentioned in the first part of this video that Heather and the whole family are recovering, and she'll be going back to work on the 16th. They'll all be out of quarantine, and boy, I am sure her place of business cannot wait until she is back. She says she's actually been putting in more hours at home on the computer because she can do some of her jobs remotely, not everything. And yeah, she's on the computer quite a bit, but then, you know, she's got the kids here too, and one's a 15-month-old, so kind of hard to get all your work done. And then Maddie's home, of course, because she has to quarantine too. So she's been trying to help Maddie with, you know, schoolwork and learning, you know, more about her alphabet. I mean, she knows your colors. She knows some counting. Maddie is 4. So she's in 4K. And right now they go every other day. So she goes to school on Monday, Wednesday, Friday this semester. So I would watch her on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now when next semester starts, it'll be the opposite, because only half the kids go, how do I say this? Half the kids in the first semester go on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The other half goes Tuesdays and Thursdays, so they could split them up a little bit. And they wouldn't have so many kids together due to COVID. So now this next semester they switch so that all the kids will eventually be in school 3 days a week and then 2 days a week. So this next semester, Maddie will only be going to school on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So then I will be babysitting her on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So the opposite of now. And she always looks forward to going to school, so she's been kind of missing it. Okay, I think that's all of the pinks. No, we missed one down here. Okay, what else did I all talk about in my coloring chat? God, I hate that. I think that's the worst part, you know, not only about having to do the video over, which, you know, takes more time, of course, but it's like, what did I all talk about? Ugh. And I've been doing so much diamond painting. I really have not been coloring much at all. A little bit here and there, but yeah, I've really gotten back into diamond painting big time. 14 is peach. And peach I use YR01. There we go. So yeah, I've just been having a great time working on my small 30 by 30s. And that's what I worked on in my last week's chat. I did that diamond painting in chat, which I have not done in a long time. So I thought, why not? I know I do have a couple of requests for videos, and I promise I will get to them. It's just because I only do 4 color and chats during the month, because I do one a weekend. And before you know it, Christmas is going to be here and gone. December, I like to do all Christmas color and chats. So anything on my video to-do list, I will start up again in January. So if there's anything you would like to see, if I can. Now, any, questions or, wanting me to do things with pencils, I am not an authority on, I'm not an authority on anything. No expert on anything. That's why you'll never see tutorials here. But, yeah, especially pencils. Now, I believe I do have one request for pencils. Was that the Arteza pencils? I can't remember. I have it written down in the other room. And, I will do it to the best of my ability. But no guarantees. I do not color with my pencils much, and boy, I want to change that next year. I do want to get my pencils out and start using them. And like my watercolor pencils, my ink tents. Oh, I love my ink tents. And I used to use them quite a bit. And yes, since I got into markers so much, thanks to Miss Anne from A Colorful Life. It's all her fault. Yeah, I really have not been doing anything with pencils. Between my gel pens and markers, it's really been pretty much all I've been doing. Mainly markers. But I guess you got to do what relaxes you, what brings you joy and happiness, right? That's what coloring's all about. Right for me. For me right now, it is mostly color by number. And for the remainder of the year, it's probably going to be a lot of color by number. I don't know. With everything else going on, I just don't feel like picking out colors. And this is, I guess, as good as it gets for me right now. But again, if it brings you joy and happiness, go for it. Don't have to make any masterpieces, and not that mine ever would be. But I'm okay with that now. Would I like to be able to color like some of these others? Oh yeah, I would love it. I'll never be up to that level though. Never ever. Okay, I think 15 is our last color. 16 is black, and I don't see any 16s in here. Okay, so gray, get in there. Gray W4. There we go. I do want to mention there is going to be a video coming out announcing the winners. Last week I had a flip through video showing 3 big coloring books by Jade Summer. They each had, they have 100 pictures in each book. And Jade Summer so kindly sent 2 copies of each book. So then I did a giveaway for each of those books. So the winners of those books and the winner of the video that I recorded a few weeks ago of Victoria, what is it, Chukalina? Something like that. With her postcards, those beautiful, gorgeous postcards, and the Flowers and Butterflies coloring book. The winner for that will be announced in that same video. So winners will be announced to both the giveaways. So that one will be up shortly after this one, if the internet lets me. Oh my goodness. It sounds like Bob's working on the blinds in the living room. We'll see how long he can work at it. This is a different color for a background, isn't it? I think when it's done, though, it'll look nice. Looks pretty against that blue. Now, I don't know if, boy, did I talk about this in the first half. I hope I'm not repeating myself. Last week, we got something new. We got a new car. Well, new to us. It's a used new car. Heaven knows we can't afford a new car. But it is really pretty. It's a 2007 Saturn Aura, which I guess I'd never heard of the Aura. I heard of Saturn, and I don't think Saturns are even being made anymore. But yeah, it really is pretty. It's red, and it's not a bright red. It's like a, I guess you'd call it like a cranberry red. And just immaculate inside and out. This young gal had it, and she was going to school, had 2 jobs at the same time, and she's going for nursing, and I guess she's having to go to a different campus now, which is even farther. So she got a car that would drive better in snow, because the Saturn doesn't have real high clearance up off the ground, I guess. So yeah, they took very, very good care of this car. You could tell her dad knew stuff about cars, because he had replaced a few things on it before they sold it. So it was out by his farm, and like I said, he was selling it for her. And yeah, it was just, it's mint condition, no rust on it, which us up here in the North Woods, we have to always worry about because of all the salt during the winter. That's why when we see a car for sale and it says California car or, you know, Southern car, so that we know it has not been exposed to the salt, you know, And so therefore it's in much better condition. Yeah, that appeals to us up in the north. Kind of funny, different parts of the country, what you guys look at, right? So yeah, this definitely was a well taken care of car, and only 144,000 miles on it, so low mileage, and we got it for $2,500. Very, very well worth it. Even Bob said, and Bob used to be a mechanic, so he knows cars really well. And he even said they could have got a lot more for that car. We had to drive almost a couple hours to get it, but it was worth it. Thank heavens they didn't sell it out from under us, because that has happened to us a couple of times. I think I talked about it one time. We were halfway to Green Bay, and her dad ended up selling it. So yeah, I think I talked about that in a previous color and chat. That was quite a while ago that happened, though. But still. And then we had it happen to us the day before we went to look at the car that we bought. It was a really nice car, and the exact same thing happened. Not even a half an hour before we were going to leave to go look at this car, she messaged me, because it was on Facebook Marketplace. And she messaged me and said, "I'm sorry, my dad sold the car." I'm like, "What?" "Yeah, somebody came by his work and offered him full price right off the bat and cash." I'm like, "Dang it." I says, "We probably would have paid, the full price with cash too." I mean, it's kind of hard to say for sure when you haven't seen the car yet, but yeah, so we were quite disappointed. It was kind of a bummer. But maybe it was just all meant to be, because now we got this nice car for a very good price. So I guess we were just meant to have this car. Maybe we would have had a bunch of problems with the other car. That's what I keep telling myself anyhow. All things happen for a reason, isn't that what they say? So I think this color and chat now is going to be quite a bit shorter than what it originally was. But, well, so I'm not sure with the first part and now this part exactly how long the color and chat's going to be, but yeah. So one thing I did want to mention, and I don't think that I mentioned it in the first part, is another huge, huge thank you to everybody with their kind comments. They keep coming in, and I so appreciate it. You guys make my day. The coloring community is the best. Oh my gosh, I love all of you guys. I have the best subscribers. I know all of us YouTube channels say that. But yeah, you guys are awesome. And one other thing that I did want to show you, I know I showed this at the end of the first time I did this, so I know I haven't talked about this yet. I wanted to show you these diamond painting Christmas cards that I showed in a previous video, in unboxing, if you will. I got these on Amazon. I wanted to show you I finished them. The thing that's so unique about these cards is the fact that you diamond paint this. The card itself comes separate. Then when you're done with them, there are little squares back behind here that shows where you put a little double-sided sticky foam thing. And then it has, in the square, it shows you which of these goes on the card, or else you can look at this, because this too will show you, like, this is Frosty. Frosty went on this one with the fence behind. So you can go by this too, but it's much easier just looking at the squares that were under here. And so it kind of gives them a 3D effect, because they stick up off the page. You can kind of see the, if I move it back a little, you can see the little squares of the double-sided sticky back there. So yeah, I thought they were so cute. They turned out adorable. I have never done diamond painting Christmas cards like this before. So I just thought I would show these, and then they're blank inside, and then you just, you know, fold them. And the backs of the cards aren't just blank either. They're just so cute. So that was Frosty. Then, of course, we have to have Santa. I don't think it's going to show on camera, but so sparkly. And then, of course, we have to have, you know, our special drills. And then there are lots of AB, white ABs, which, if you're not familiar with diamond painting, AB stands for Aurora Borealis, which makes them iridescent, so they're not just plain white. And again, I don't think you can tell it on camera, the difference. But throughout his beard and stuff, some of them are ABs and some of them are just plain white. So when you see it in person, there's a definite difference. But yeah, so cute. Lots of special drills on this one. And then we have the inside. We have the candy cane. Isn't this a neat back? The back of the card. I just think they're so cute. We got our gingerbread house. If I think of it, I'll link this pack down below. These didn't take very long to do at all. You know, they're just something small and fast. I had a blast doing these. I think this is my favorite. These, you know, special drills in here, I thought turned out so pretty. And then the inside. Then we got the whole Santa. And the inside. I like this. I think that's pretty. And then finally we have the bells. Again, I really like the back of the cards. Okay, wait a minute. I just noticed this. Do you see this? It says Merry Christmas up here, which is spelled correctly, M-E-R-R-Y. M-A-R-R-Y? Who are you marrying? I just seen that. What the heck? That's funny. Here it's correct. Oh my gosh. Nobody caught the typo. Whoever typed this up must have been thinking marrying. That's okay. Whoever, I don't have figured out who's getting what, because these are going to my 4 kids and their significant others. Whoever this one goes to, I'm sure is not going to notice that. It's just kind of funny. So, yeah, those are the 8 cards. And then, of course, you get the envelopes to put them in. And then you do get a few extra stickies. So I'm going to keep these. You never know if you need them for something. But, yeah, I just thought I would show you what they looked like finished. Thought they turned out adorable. So, yeah, I think that's all I wanted to talk about. I think this turned out really pretty. What do you think? Even though I messed up and there's no red in here, that would have made it much prettier to have this all red like it's supposed to be. Oh well, like I said, oh well, it is what it is. All right, thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this color and chat. I'm hoping I can splice these together where the other one needs to be cut off when the sound cut out, and I can get this one spliced in the right area. If not, if it looks a little funny, yeah, know why I didn't do it quite right. So, if you enjoyed the color and chat, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new to my channel. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, and as always, happy coloring. Bye, guys.